Stop suffer. Okay. Big round of applause for Peter Shaw. Yes. Okay, now just a couple of more slides we need to cover. You know, we are the first cryptocurrency company to go on stock market. First cryptocurrency out of 700 cryptocurrency companies. How amazing is that? Yes. You know, there is no other company which has gone or planned for the stock market to open its IPO and OFC, and we are the first one. It's amazing. And do you know we have got one of the charity as well, One Word Foundation? Yeah, it's amazing because we are doing a lot of charity projects over 40 countries, and recently we had some in Pakistan as well. Some of the activities, we are building a school even over there as well, and some celebrities like cricketers and stuff, they are joining this OneLife as well. So it's going amazing revolution. I mean, you have opportunity in over 195 countries wherever you want to develop. It's not the matter of now individuals, not the cities, now it's countries. So how many countries your team is in? Yeah, so that matters most. 10, 20, 30, well, my team is spread over 40 countries. How about you? Yeah, so that's what it is. Now, as a final slide, why OneCoin will be bigger than Bitcoin? And that's quite conclusive. They have got only 300,000 members, and we are over 3.1 million members. We are the biggest cryptocurrency community. How cool is that? Are you excited? Yeah. Fantastic. Some people are sleeping with open eyes? Yes. Yeah? Okay. Now, we have got, I mean, Bitcoin has got decentralized, we have got central mining, and they have got expensive hardware if anybody does mining, and we have very simple system. Our Bitcoin blockchain allows only 21 million coins, and how much our coin capacity is? 20 billion. They're Western, I mean most of the, in Western countries, and if you see our mined capacity is how much per day? 72 million coins we can produce per day with respect to 50,000 coins per minute. So we have got the most powerful blockchain available at the moment. And their value of coin, you have seen Bitcoin is very volatile. But in our case, because masses are involved, so it's very stable. So this slide, it's a little bit mixed over here, gives you a clear picture that who is going to be the biggest cryptocurrency in the world. And who is going to be?
OneCoin.
Who is going to be?
OneCoin.
Yes. And as a Diamonds Club, as you could see, we have got a lot of blue diamonds, we have got diamonds, almost over 40,000 members, as I said, we have in our team, and just within 1.5 year time, I mean, credit goes to all the people who participated in this revolution and changing their life. So thank you Diamonds Club, and thank you everyone in OneLife for changing your life and the people around you as well. Thank you. And recently we have, now I was talking about the countries. If you see, I mean UK, we had amazing momentum for the last 1.5 year. UK was nowhere when we started. But within 1.5 year, UK is among top 10 countries of OneLife list. And thank you very much. Let's congratulate all UK. Thank you. A big round of applause. And then for last 5-6 months, we started working in Pakistan. It's a huge population, 200 million population country. And again, it was somewhere on 30-40 list in OneLife members. And with just 3 to 6 months work, I mean Pakistan is in top 10 countries of OneLife as well. So well done Pakistan. Yeah. And well done the people who literally contributed over there, and you see they are all our diamonds from Diamonds Club. And recently we had a visit to Nepal, again 35 million population country, a great country with the highest mountain, Himalaya, as Peter said. If you want Mount Everest trekking, yes, you can use your coins for that trekking. So how cool is that? And we are going to have our tour to India as well. India again over billion population country, and it's a huge market. I mean, it's, if you start any country, it's 195 countries, wherever you want to start. If your business is stuck in maybe in London or Manchester or somewhere, no need to worry, because we are everywhere. You can go anywhere. You can develop your business. Maybe here in London it's cold, it's more negative people here, probably, but come on, it's the whole world. It's Asia, Africa, everywhere we are. So that's some signs of successful and unsuccessful people. 5% see the opportunity and 95% see the problems. And you could have come across many as well. Many people will point out, oh, if this thing would be there in OneLife, I should join today. If there is something like that in OneLife, then I should join. Why are you waiting for that perfect moment? There's no perfect moment. You grab the moment and make it perfect. That's what you need to do. I mean, if your Mondays makes you dance, you are in the right business. Am I right? Yeah. We call Monday?
Happy Monday.
Happy Monday.
Only few people know. We call Monday?
Happy Monday.
Happy Monday. Because our Mondays, almost every day is happy, but Monday is a terrible day to work. 35% heart attacks happen on Monday morning, 6 to 9 a.m. if you are in traditional job or business. But if you don't want to suffer with that, you have got one life. Yeah? Financial freedom, time freedom. So that's what beautiful business we are in. And recently we had our Macau event. I mean, it was fantastic. Over 5,000 people from over 100 countries. And it was one of the amazing events where we had many announcements regarding IPO, regarding stock markets, and it was just fantastic. Now, it's not only that we are here, but I mean, just top leaders. We have many people who started this business and they are doing amazing. I would like to invite few guys. First of all, I'm going to invite a guy who belongs to Nepal, and with just one person like has spread whole team over there in Nepal. He lives in London, he's already a networker, but he's doing amazing job. Could you please welcome for his testimony, Mr. Pankaj? And then we have some people who have traveled. They are diamonds as well. They have specially traveled from Manchester to listen to Tom, Peter Shah, and to get more and more training. And they are here as well. Could you please welcome Mr. Ali Hussaini and Royal Anwar? And we have today one of the celebrity from Bangladesh community among us as well. He is a professional singer, and most of the Bangladeshi community knows him as well. Could you please welcome Mr. Alaur Rahman?
Well, I didn't accept that.
And we have
newborn baby.
we have with us, he was immigration solicitor, but now he's OneCoin solicitor, because he is fully dedicated towards this. He's already achieved emerald position, and he traveled from Heathrow area as well. He's doing great job. His office is famous as OneCoin office, no more solicitor office. Could you please welcome Mr. Muhammad Shahid? Come on, Londoners are very shy in clapping, yeah? Okay, could we start from you? Just.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
I didn't expect it to be here, but very nice to see everyone. I believe life is one, and we have to do something miracle. And this is, I find, something really miracle.
Wow.
Only 2 weeks I joined, and I have straight away to his member. So see how it is goes. Very close of my friend. He introduced me after 1 year because he want to see how much he can do. So he can prove me this is OneLife, and this is the product. Definitely is 100%. So I was on his list, number 3rd. but he came after 1.5 years. So this is blame on him.
Thank you very much. Well done. Ali Hussain.
Good evening, everyone. Any more people from Manchester? No? Okay. So why I come all the way from Manchester and driving 4.5 hours? Yeah. What is the reason? The reason is I saw something in this business and it's dragged me everywhere for 1.5 years. I'm not very educated person, but I saw what is going on, and I'm following this dream and the Dr. Ruja's idea, and hopefully we'll get soon somewhere which we were dreaming about. Yeah. So I come all the way from Manchester with my brother, and I got a new member as well to bring him here, and so he see the business. I was working hard 1.5 years, but with a new plan with help of Dr. Zafar, I achieved diamond last month, which was great.
In 1 month
really,
time.
yeah.
Wow. Fantastic.
Yeah, it's great to be a part of Diamond Club and working with Dr. Zafar. And as you all knows, Diamond Club member and our team is growing faster in the whole UK. And there is no any other active actually meetings like us everywhere in the UK. So be part of Dr. Zafar's team is great. I'm looking forward to Blue Diamond.
Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening. My name is Pankaj Basgai. I am working in this industry. I joined last year December. Since then, I never look back, because in job where I'm working, I used to earn little amount, but now the amount I'm earning in one weeks I used to earn in 1 month in my previous job, right? Recently, I become coin millionaire as well.
Wow.
The coin I hold is the worth is more than 3 million. So this is the best of the best opportunity I never had seen in my whole life. So still, if you are thinking to join, please make a decision today. Yeah, make a relation with your line of sponsorship who bring here, be committed, and work up to 2 years. Definitely, you also can be multimillionaires.
Fantastic.
Thank you, hello everyone. My name is Royal Anwar. I've been in this industry for 2 years, and as you all know, the speed is 96%. By the time it gets 100%, I'm going to be 20. So I'm the baby of this industry. And back 2 years ago, my friend called me and said, I have an opportunity for you. It was late in the evening. So I went to his house, we looked at the opportunity, but there was a problem. I couldn't join. I had to wait 5-6 months, turn 18, and join. And that time I took to learn the basics of the industry. And I hope we don't have those people here that look at the opportunity and wait to make a decision. If you want to be involved, you got to make a decision and get started. Now, there's a very good reason for me to be here today. Last year I was here in London, June. I was working full-time in this opportunity, but recently I lost the momentum. So I came back here today to gain some motivation, to gain the energy I need to go Blue Diamond. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Mohammed Shahid. I'm an immigration consultant. I'm very grateful to Dr. Zafar who introduced me to this opportunity 1.5 years ago. As Royal Anwar said, I was got up and down, got demotivated. I'm back here to get the energy back and the knowledge again. Basically, it's getting the right education. Once you have the education, then you can spread it and to your family, friends, and all the people that you know. And just help yourself and help others. That's all my message is. And thank you to the.
Thank you. Fantastic. Give a big round of applause. Thank you. Yes, amazing opportunity. And how many people were in Macau event? Was good. 4-5 people. Fantastic. Let's show you how Macau event looked like. Volume, please. Fantastic. That was Macau event. So you next time, if some big event comes, please be there. It's one of the fantastic time. And now the time has come. So I'm going to invite a person who played a vital role in spreading the message of OneCoin OneLife to the whole world. I mean, this is the person, when we joined this business, we used to see his video and learn something. And we didn't know that one day he will be here in London physically as well, American. And he is the one, I mean, most of the world is familiar with him because he was the one who made a video called 5 Reasons to Join OneCoin, and that became viral in all OneLife OneCoin. If we didn't understand anything about, we just used to show this video to the prospects and join different people. I mean, that was our way. We were using that video in that way. So he's educationist. He also already have Coin Lifestyle Virtual University as well. And he talks about cryptocurrency for last couple of years. And he is an amazing guy. He's also author, the Amazon best-selling author of a book called 7th Disruption, The Rise of Digital Currency Billionaire. And if we want to invite him, could you go on the first slide and play that song, because we want to give him some special reception. Come on, he's our guest speaker, and he should see that, okay, how UK and this multinationalities, London, you know, welcome some guests here. Okay, so it's none other. Could you please stand and give a big welcome to Mr. Tom McRae? Thank you very much. Give a big round of applause. Thank you.
Sure, I'm glad we got a professional singer in this place. Where is he? Yeah, I know. I was thinking about it. I was listening to him say when, you know, your downline, you know, makes more than you do. Is that called an upside down pyramid? You're part of an upside down pyramid deal here? So excited to be here. Love coming back to the UK. I want to thank Dr. Safar for the hospitality and everything that he does to make this happen for y'all. You owe him a big round of applause.
Thank you
For making it happen. Peter Shaw as well, who I've been traveling with. We went to Iceland and Stockholm and a lot of other places. Holland, been a lot of good time. Ireland, Dublin, been everywhere. But been a great week, and you know, I've been going around really just kind of talking to people, and I kind of call this the release your inner wussy kind of talk, where I want to make you a warrior. I want to make sure that you know, I'm reading this book right now called Expect to Win by a good friend of mine, Monty Holm, and he says, you know, where you have faith, fear dissipates. And I see a lot of fear going on, you know, fear of the FSA, fear of the media, fear of my friend telling me it's a scam, fear of this, fear of that. And my goal today with the presentation is really to take you down a little bit deeper into an understanding of this industry where you're firmly planted, where it's like, I know I'm in the right industry. I know I'm dealing with the right technology. I know I'm at the right place at the right time. Not, I believe. There's a difference between believing and knowing. And I love saying that in Holland because I said, you know the difference between believing you can ride a bike and knowing you can ride a bike? It's the scars on your chin. You know, we all get scars, you know, and knees and elbows from riding bikes and learning how to ride bikes. And so we have to take you from a state of fear to a state of believing, and then from a state of believing to a state of knowing, and then from a state of knowing to a state of conviction. And we've got to get you to a point, what would be ultimate is if we can get you all to a point where this blockchain technology, this industry is in your DNA. It's pulsing through your veins, the ones and zeros of blockchain. We want it to be in you, you know. We're looking, as I was telling Dr. Safar, you know, I'd rather have 100 committed warriors, you know, than 1,000 wussies all day long. You know, I want people who are focused, you know, who are contributing, people that are treating this like $1 million business and not like a hobby. You know, treat it like $1 million business, it pays you like $1 million business. Treat it like a hobby, it pays you like a hobby, and then you're jumping to some other crypto deal 6 months from now, you know. And this is the one that has stood the test of time, that just keeps growing and keeps growing, you know. And we've seen a million other crypto deals enter the market, and they just go, and they just dive and they plummet, you know. And so we're at the right place at the right time. We're with the right company. And, you know, when I talk to people, my goal is just to get you to a point where somebody tells you it's a scam, you can just look at them and say, no, it's not. You know, you can look them in the eye and you can say, no, it's not. You're totally wrong. You're stupid. You know, I can't even believe you said that. And drive them to a point where it's like, let's be real with each other. I mean, we're talking about a technology that experts are saying will be the largest technological revolution of your lifetime. That's pretty amazing, considering most of us have seen, or some of us have seen the semiconductor, and we've all seen the internet. To say that we're going to have a bigger technological revolution than those two things in our lifetime is pretty substantial. And not only that, is it will happen in the next 10 years, by 2026. And so we have an opportunity right now in the next 3 to 5 years to make more money in the next 3 to 5 years than we've made in our entire lifetime. I contend that timing is more important than intelligence. So if you're not very smart, you're fine in this business. You will do very well if you just do what we tell you to do. Okay, if you can just follow a simple 3-step system or simple instructions, you know, we can help you succeed. And because we've got a company that simply is designed brilliantly, that people, if they just follow the way it's supposed to be done, they make money and they create wealth. And so I'm going to be talking to you today about the protocol of prosperity. I have a lot of friends that have a protocol of mediocrity. A protocol is a set of rules, a way of doing something. You know, I have friends that have a protocol of mediocrity. I want Dr. Safar's got a protocol of prosperity. You know what prosperity, the definition of it is? State of success. Does he have a state of success? You bet he does. Yeah. You know, he works hard. The harder you work, the luckier you get. Bottom line. I bet there's a bunch of people in his organization, he could have never told you who was going to be the most successful people. Because their success is not, it's written on your heart and you can't see it underneath the skin. All he could do is lead by example, and that's what Dr. Safar has done. He's led by example. And he's just simply outworked everybody that he could, and there have been some leaders who've stepped up and followed his lead, and he's built an empire. And that's how you do it. But you've got to be willing to work hard. And that's one thing my dad taught me. He said, if you're going to dig a ditch, dig the best ditch you can. Anybody's dad tell you that? You know, maybe not. But the difference between a protocol of prosperity and a protocol of mediocrity is pretty simple. This is a TV remote right here in my left hand, and this is a mobile phone. Do you all see any difference in the amount of energy that it takes to do what I'm doing right now? If you do this one, protocol of mediocrity. You do this one and hit the invite button on Messenger, you can invite people to a webinar, same energy, different choices. Okay? Some people choose to do this and watch their favorite TV show. Some people choose to do this and be, you know, number 5 or number 6 on Business for Home magazine, greatest earners in the world. Okay? And so the difference between a protocol of mediocrity is I'm leasing my car. This is a protocol of mediocrity. I'm leasing my house. I'm leasing my body to an employer in exchange for an hourly wage. You know? I'm leasing my future paycheck to my credit card debt. Because before I even get my check, I owe the bank some of my paycheck. Okay? And I contend that living a mediocre life it's more challenging than living a successful life. Wouldn't it be nice to get to the end of the month and have a lot more money left over? You know, a lot of people don't have that problem. you know, or that solution, if you will. But I tell people, really all I want is for you to join the cryptocurrency conversation. I'm going to draw a parallel today for you that talks about, you know, the difference between TCP/IP and blockchain technology, and show you the parallel and show you that you are absolutely at the right place at the right time. I got a call from a guy named Yoko Rissanen back in '91. Yoko sat me down. He lived right underneath Elton John, very wealthy guy. You know, when Yoko calls, you go to Yoko's house. He's got something he wants to show you. And Yoko showed me how to send an email. And I was in direct mail, and when I saw it, my lights just went off my head. You know, no more licking stamps. I can just send my email to people electronically, and I don't have to pay for it, and I can make money that way. This is awesome. But he did not explain to me what made it work. He didn't explain the underlying technology that made it work. Some of you see cryptocurrency working. You see your wealth increasing, but you don't know why it's increasing. You don't know the underlying technology that's changing your life right now. And that's the roots of what we're doing. Some of you are like leaves in a tree. Somebody comes along and goes, it's a scam. And your leaves just go flying off your tree and you go away. You know, you're gone from the business. You know, some of you are branches. Thunderstorm comes along and rips your branches off, you know. Maybe the wife comes through and says, you're not providing. That's the thunderstorm, right? Yeah. You need to quit that MLM. There go your branches. You're out of here. But you know what? If you're a tree trunk, you know, it takes a tornado to move you. It takes a hurricane to try and topple you. It takes a major event. And we need to get you to a point where you all are tree trunks in this business and you are rooted in an understanding, in an education that helps you grow your business and have confidence. So, yes. So today, I want you to think about something. What if how many of y'all know who Tim Berners-Lee is? Raise your hand. Okay, it's because you were in my meeting earlier today. Congratulations. The rest of you don't know. Is that for me? No. Anyway, my pizza? No? But anyway, Tim Berners-Lee, how many of y'all use the internet? Raise your hand. Okay, you can thank Tim Berners-Lee because he's the one that introduced TCP/IP, which was the underlying software that allowed the internet to become possible. Okay, so it's an underlying technology that none of you understand, yet you use it every day. So Tim Berners-Lee is insignificant to you. He's very significant to me now because I understand what he's doing. But you know who's more significant to me is a guy named Satoshi Nakamoto. And Satoshi is the guy that introduced the software that's making this bankless banking revolution come about. And it's more than bankless banking. It's more than currency. We're going to be talking about stores of value. There's some things I won't have time to cover today, but when we talk about the protocol of prosperity system, simple three-step system. It's what Dr. Svar teaches you. Make the contact, show the video, get them to a meeting, get them a free account, sign them up. You know, simple three-step system. Follow a system and run the system, and the system will run your business. You know, and I think that's very, very important. Explain the one, we're going to talk, you know, y'all are meeting real people all around the world. I mean, you see what Dr. Svar is doing, you see the pictures. I mean, you know this thing's booming all around the world. It's not just here in the UK. You know, it's everywhere. I want to explain the one economy and the stores of value. I think the one economy has already been explained, so I'm going to talk about the one economy, so I'm going to be flipping through some slides here. But they've talked about mining and the one life opportunity. But I think ultimately, you know, the one thing, the golden thread that we all have amongst all of us is all of us would like to have more time freedom. You know, more of us would like to spend more time with our kids, or 50% of us would like to spend more time with our wives or our spouses, right? You know, you know, people here are looking to just live a better life. That's why we do this business, okay? And so I tell people the protocol of prosperity system is pretty straightforward. You got to be a doctor. You got to act like a doctor. You know, maybe that's why he's so good. You know, because you have to listen to people's problems and you have to offer them a prescription. I bet he's written 1 million prescriptions for a 15-minute video. You know, oh, you got a problem, need a new car? Here's a prescription. You know, can't travel on a right trip? You know, don't travel enough? Here's a prescription. You know, if you guys treat that like a prescription, every time you talk to somebody for more than 5 minutes and ask them more than 5 questions, they'll complain about something. My kid's not going to the right school. My wife's chewing me out because I don't have enough money. Can't go to the concert because I don't have enough money. I'm in the nosebleed seats of the football game because I don't have enough money. You know, And that's really what it is. And so once I diagnose the problem and I prescribe the video, then what I do is I invite them to a webinar or a meeting like this. Okay? Then, of course, I get them to enroll for free and purchase One Academy. Pretty straightforward business plan right there. As I tell people, you start adding multiple steps and you get more steps, all of a sudden you start losing people because people are, success hides itself in simplicity. So I'm going to jump into the real meat of my presentation right now and talk about disruptive technology. Do I have anybody in here who has not done a Bitcoin transaction before that has a smartphone that's intelligent enough to download an app? Come on, somebody raise their hand. Who wants $20 for free? Okay? You? Here, come on up here real quick.
Come on, Javed.
And so the reason I'm doing this is we're going to actually show you, I want you to find, it's Bitcoin Wallet, and it's on the App Store, and it's on, can you get that one? Download it. You can go sit down while you're doing it. Just tell me when you get it done.
Yeah.
All you have to do is put it in an email and a password and a PIN number, and then send me your banking details. No, I'm joking. But let's talk, while he's doing that, I want to talk about disruption. Disruption, if you think about the technologies that change the landscape of our life, that change our lifestyles, there's one thing these all have in common. You all don't see them every day. They're underlying technologies. They hide underneath. And most of you can't explain them. Like most of you can't explain how a combustion engine works, but you stick your key in the car and you drive to work every day, right? Okay? You learn how a combustion engine works after you don't put oil in it after a while. Then you realize, how it works because your mechanic explains to you what's broken. But most of you don't know how a semiconductor works. How many of you have a semiconductor on you right now? Raise your hand. Got a mobile phone on you? All of you have semiconductors on you. Okay? Underlying technology, has that changed the world? Yeah, because if we didn't have it, we'd have vacuum tubes in these suckers, and they'd be really heavy, and your batteries would be gigantic. Tim Berners-Lee, as I mentioned, changed the world with an underlying technology that most of you were unaware of, and it was TCP/IP. And I contend that Satoshi Nakamoto will create another lifestyle landscape for you, and it's going to be a lifestyle landscape change. But Satoshi Nakamoto is going to change the world with blockchain technology. Not only are we going to learn how to create wealth, but we're going to be flattening industries. I contend that Uber and Airbnb and all of those companies will be disrupted within the next 36 months because there's no need for them. And I'm going to prove that to you when I do a transaction with this gentleman today. I'm going to prove to you that I don't need Uber to actually connect me with a driver to create a transaction. I have a software called blockchain that will do it. I don't need Airbnb to find your house because there'll be an app on the App Store that will connect us directly via the blockchain, and I won't need to pay Airbnb a fee because you and I can do business directly because we have a software that creates a protocol of trust. We have a software that creates trust between us. We don't need a third-party intermediary anymore. I contend that if you're in a business where you charge a fee to create or establish trust between two parties, because with smart contracts and things that we're doing, we're going to be able to eliminate the intermediaries. I contend if you're in the banking industry or the real estate industry, you might want to be, we're not going to need you. Times are going to change. Did the internet make times change for some people? Did people lose their jobs? How about all those record executives? Did they lose their jobs? All those great marketing people that marketed those artists, they all lost their jobs, okay? Because of a 19-year-old kid in a dorm room who wrote a program called Napster. That was the music download sharing site that revolutionized the music industry. 19-year-old kid put hundreds of thousands of people out of their jobs, okay? And so if you look at these two people right here, this is Tim Berners-Lee. Nobody knows what Satoshi Nakamoto looks like, but I kind of figure maybe that's what he would look like if we knew who Satoshi Nakamoto but he's, when you think about Tim Berners-Lee introduces TCP/IP, TCP/IP connects the computers, the World Wide Web, all of a sudden the internet's born, ISPs are born, internet service providers, browsers, email become the first applications. Hotmail was the first company that sold for close to $1 billion. And websites and e-commerce came along. Of course, mobile banking and payments, you're seeing a lot of that now. And the new thing is SomoFi, which is the social media finance, where you can actually send money through WeChat or WhatsApp or Messenger, where you actually can exchange value through there, and they're working with blockchain technologies and different types of technologies. Satoshi introduces blockchain. Blockchain creates the world's most powerful financial network. How powerful is it? Well, it's 100 times more powerful than all the Google servers combined. It's 450 times more powerful than all the supercomputers in the United States combined. It's powerful. It's actually the most powerful network in the world. Unhackable unless you had about $500 billion worth of energy to actually crack it, but you'd have to do it within 10 minutes. You know, and that's just not going to happen. All right? When blockchain first came out, and I'm drawing a parallel here, folks, because we're about 1993 as it relates to the internet. How many of y'all would like to have been in the room in 1990 with Tim Berners-Lee? Raise your hand. Okay? You're there. You're there. You're in that type of room. Okay? Did you get blockchain downloaded? Okay, good. Did you get blockchain downloaded? Are you working on it still? But anyway, the e-wallets, exchanges, and currencies. I remember when I bought my first Bitcoin, about 2 years in, they didn't even have e-wallets. And y'all are trying to compare OneCoin to Bitcoin? You have no idea. You think our news is bad? It was terrible with Bitcoin. Bitcoin was used for murder for hire. It was used for drug dealing. It was a website called Silk Road and Ross Ulbricht. It was horrible, you know? If my wife would have known I bought Bitcoin, she probably would have divorced me. I told her after I turned it $500 into $29,000. Then I became the smartest guy in the room, you know? You know, and so, but when we talk about disruption, you got, who's got the blockchain? You got one there? Okay. Good, everybody went for that $20. You notice everybody, I got it, yeah. So why don't you come up here real quick. So a disruption is when you cut the value chain that's vital to the existence of an industry, country, or company. Okay, come on over here. Come over here. Okay, let me see here. Okay, show them your phone real quick. Do you have an internet connection on it? Yeah. Okay, show them your phone. You can show them. No, but you got to bring up your Bitcoin wallet. He's nervous. You can show your account number. The only thing people can do is send you money. Don't worry about that. Okay. And so, yeah, there we go. So it has 0 BTC. Yeah. Okay. And the reason I'm using Bitcoin because I want to show you something. Bitcoin does something a little bit different. It's a distributed network. It's not a decentralized network like OneCoin. And when I talk about a distributed network, I'm talking about a network where I can disrupt Airbnb and I can disrupt Uber and I can disrupt so many different industries. So once you hit receive, you don't have to back up now or anything like that. Huh?
Get Bitcoin.
No. Don't do that.
Okay.
Receive.
Receive.
Okay, show him what you got there. So he's smartly showing you his account number. The only thing you can do is actually send him money. So I'm going to hit my scanner right here. So I got a scanner came up on my camera. It's built into the app. And I want to say there's a glare. There we go. I captured his account number that quick. Okay, that's your account number right there. Is your volume turned up on your phone?
Not yet.
Okay.
So I have to go back.
No, just turn up your volume on the side. Turn up your volume.
It will
no, it's all the way up. Turn it all the way up.
It will ring tone.
Okay, now step over there a little bit because we gotta make sure make sure it works. Huh?
No.
No,
Yeah, it was silent.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right, are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna hit.
You need to jump big when you get
Yeah,
big.
I know, right, right. This is how it works. This is still, technology is still kind of. Should I send it to you?
You see that? See?
Coming. Okay. Yeah, I got it.
Yeah!
Yes!
Big round of applause.
Now think about what I just did. I just sent him an email. It's 1991. I'm Tim Berners-Lee. I'm Yoko Risson, and I just sent him an email. Now his response could be, "Yeah, it wasn't that big a deal. Nobody's got one anyway. Why do I need email?" Or he could say, "Wow, that's the coolest thing I've ever seen. How'd that work? How'd you do that?" Okay. And so type right there, and hit no, not now, and then touch on there. Okay.
Wow.
So think about that. What just happened was I sent him money, and some server somewhere in the world. So yeah, some server somewhere in the world verified.
£15.63.
Wow.
Yeah.
Send it back.
Some server somewhere in the world verified that I had the bank balance. My bank balance is encrypted on millions of servers around the world. And so guess what? All the people that want to do Bitcoin transactions do them with you. So, but the reason I do that is because I want you to understand that we just generated value between each other, and we didn't need an intermediary. So what's the difference if he's an Uber driver and I'm a person looking for a ride? I could go to my app that was downloaded off the App Store for my driver app, click it. This is geolocational based, that's geolocational based. It'll tell us that we're the closest, and it'll do a smart contract, create a relationship between us, and that $110 billion market capitalization app to rent a room instead of using Airbnb, and instead of paying Airbnb the fee, I can just deal directly with the owner. Okay? So when and the reason I'm saying this, folks, this is more than a multi-level marketing deal you're a part of. This is more than MLM. This is going to change the world. And you ought to be really thankful for OneCoin OneLife, because they're the ones that led you into this and are teaching you the basics. And they're making it easy for you.
Yes, we need to thank.
I know a lot of people like to try and find problems about OneCoin and OneLife. Your glass is half empty, and I'm glass is half full. I'm looking at the other part. I'm saying, wow, look what this company's done. Look how they're transforming the world. Look how many people are learning and getting into this business. But you come in and then you worry about what your Uncle Bob says, your Aunt Sally, or whoever, you know, and you all just get blown away like leaves off a tree, and it's stupid. I mean, you are in the biggest industry that you'll ever be in your life right now, and you could make more money, and not just in OneCoin and OneLife, but in the industry in general. So one of you might go invent an app that disrupts Uber, a blockchain-based app. But this technology, folks, is what's making OneCoin and OneLife work. And that's why you should be excited. You know, you're not standing on sand. You're standing on solid steel when it comes to this industry. And as I tell people, I'm betting on the jockey. I see what Dr. Rush has done and all of her performance and everything, and I'll go over that at the end of my presentation. But I'm betting on the jockey. There's a bunch of horses on the field. There's Bitcoin, there's Ethereum, there's Monero. Those are all the horses. Those are all the other jockeys, okay? And they're all run by blockchain software. The horses are the blockchain software. We all got the same horses. Who's the best jockey? And so far, Dr. Rush has been blowing the doors off everybody. And so when we look at these disruptions, did I just cut the value chain of the banking industry? Do we need the banking industry to create value now? No, we don't. Or to transfer value. I just did it without using a banker. Okay, that was very, very, very disruptional. Okay? Napster, as I mentioned, they disrupted the music industry. Napster, a 19-year-old kid named Sean Fanning, completely dusted the industry. He got rid of the record labels. He got rid of once the record labels were gone, the record distributors were gone, the record stores were gone. He totally rearranged the entire industry. Just a 19-year-old kid with a computer, with a laptop computer. So disruptions occur, and they occur in very big ways. Netflix, of course, you can download videos without having to go to a video store now, right? Okay. Did you know what Wayne Huizinga said? The guy that owned Blockbuster Video, the largest video rental store in the United States. You know what he said? Internet will never be reliable enough for people to downstream video. You know, guess he was wrong about that, right? How many of you owned a Kodak phone? Raise your hand. No, you didn't. They didn't have any phones. That's right. So when you think about Kodak, Kodak got disrupted once this got a telephone on it. All right. Airbnb, of course, I've talked about, has more rooms for rent on it than Marriott Corporation does. You know who started that? Two kids that couldn't afford to sleep at a hotel. They created a website so they could find couches to sleep on. And now it's the largest hospitality company in the world, and with a $250 billion market cap. Because two kids could not afford. So what I'm saying is blockchain creates solutions. You know, when you look at our solution, y'all are like, oh, I want to read the white paper so I can figure out the solution. Dumbest thing I've ever heard. Why don't you just go to One Academy, OneLife, OneCoin, and DealShaker. Our white paper's on the internet, folks. Our use case is right in front of your face. But for some reason, you need a white paper to be able to read about it. It's right in front of your face. And that's the big thing about white papers that I've learned after reading about 50 of them is, what's the use case? Is it going to solve a problem? Can OneCoin solve a problem? Is Dr. Rusha's business plan designed to solve a problem?
Yes.
What's
Yes.
that problem?
Transactions.
Transaction, transferring money. You know, being able to do business anywhere in the world without having to worry about trading in currencies. You know, things like that. I went to the bar to go buy a drink, pulled out some euros, and I handed them to them. They looked at me and they go, "We don't take euros here." You know? But, so anyway, Wikipedia, we know that was disruptive. How many of y'all have bought encyclopedias in the last 5 years? Not many of y'all? And then Uber, of course, and Airbnb. Uber's market capitalization right now, by the way, is larger than Ford and GM combined. You know, largest transportation company in the world, and it doesn't even own any cars. And so let me sell you the vision. Now, we used to do these Ritz-Carlton seminars in the 90s when the internet was coming out, and we used to get up in front of the room, and it was kind of like a Shark Tank deal, and we would introduce people to the internet companies. And basically, when we invested in an internet company, we would look at the founder of the company, what's their track record, look at their bio and all of that. We would look at their business plan. Was it professionally written? Did they do a good job? Or did they just use a business plan template builder? You know, sometimes we invested in those as well. But, you know, we looked at, did they have a really good domain name? That made a big deal. If you had like dogfood.com, we were going to invest in you. You know, your like WebMD, you know, big one that we did some fundraising for. But we used to stand in front of the room and we used to make up stuff. We used to make, you know, when we were standing up there in the room with a Nokia 6160 with an LCD screen, it would say, you know, one day you're going to do telemedicine with your doctor, you know, and we'd have drinks afterwards and laugh our butts off and say, I can't believe you said that. And now you do telemedicine with your doctor in India, you know, from Palmetto, Georgia, you know, and so all of it came true and even more. I mean, these things are so much more diverse today than we would have ever imagined these things could do, even 5 years ago. It's amazing how far they've come. And so, but when we talk about stores of value, y'all are creating a store of value by mining coins. And I want you to get away from thinking in coins and dollars and paper money and stuff like that. And I want you to think in stores of value. Because that's really what over the next 5 to 10 years you're going to be focused on, is how many stores of value can I create? What things in my life can I use to create